I have tried all the things to save money on groceries, and this method I have just found the juice is not really worth the squeeze. So I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't do it and what to do instead. Welcome back to my budget kitchen, where I share simple tips to ditch the dinner overwhelm so you can save your time, money, and sanity when it comes to feeding your family on a budget. So be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to help you put money back in your pocket and time back in your day. So I'm Amanda. If you're new here, I share all of those things. I try to help you save time, money, and sanity. So be sure to peruse some other videos on this channel and then also follow me over on Instagram. But let's dive in to talk about what this thing is that I just quit doing because it's just not worth it. And it is shopping sales flyers, researching sales flyers, right? Also, a few years ago, did anybody else notice this? I stopped getting flyers in the mail. I guess I just decided it was not worth the time and money doing physical flyers. So now they're all online, which could technically, I guess that makes it a little bit easier, right? But the reason I quit doing it is that A, things weren't really that big of a sale or like that good of a sale on things that I would really use. So what I mean by that is a lot of times the sale items were like pricey ingredients, pre-made like shortcut, like easy dinner things, which I do sometimes keep on hand. But it wasn't really like anything I need that I would need to go out of my way to go to a different store than I usually shop, or a big enough sale to make going to multiple stores worthwhile. And that is the best way to use the sales to actually save money, is base your meal plan on things that are on sale at multiple stores. And if it's not that big of a savings, that's just wasting my time. Like if I'm gonna save $5, but I gotta spend hours more driving to different stores and the gas money, like to get a little bit of a discount, it's just not worth it. And I'll tell you at the end what I think is worth it and why I still like gently, that's a weird word, lightly, quickly, I will briefly glance at sales flyers. That's what I'm trying to say. I will glance at them, just kind of quickly look through them, but I am not like taking the time to note all the different things on sale, build a meal plan from it to try and save money that way. So like I said, a lot of times these are just not like budget ingredients anyway. They're not sales on things that help me keep my grocery budget low overall. So what I do instead of shopping sales flyers is I just stick to my budget-friendly stores, my budget-friendly ingredients, my budget-friendly recipes. I know what I can make and what I can cook. That's the same thing. I know what ingredients I can use and what recipes I can make that are budget-friendly. So I know that a lot of canned goods and frozen veggies and making things from scratch, that's the best way to save, right? I also know that being sure that I'm cooking recipes that are easy and I'm going to stick to, that is the best way to save money. You're not going to waste money on ingredients that go bad because you plan this like too much from scratch, like too intricate, too detailed, too from scratch. That's not proper English, but you know what I'm saying. Like if it's too difficult, if you were making every single thing in the recipe from scratch, you're not going to do it on a busy weeknight, right? Like you're just going to be like, let's get takeout instead. So that's what I do, is instead of shopping sales flyers, I just do all the other things I know that work, basically. I'll link a video here to my 30-minute video listing every single thing I do to save money on groceries. So it's a long one, but it also comes with a free printable you can download. So you can watch the video, hear the details, save it for later, put it in your watch later playlist, watch it after this video, do finish this video first. But yeah, that is what I do instead. I don't add that to my list of things to do. I don't take the time to shop the sales flyers. I do all the other things that I know work. So what are some of the specific things that I know work? Where do I shop? Yada yada. So I primarily shop at Aldi, which for you, in your neck of the woods, there might be a different store. Maybe you don't have an Aldi, or maybe there's like a grocery outlet near you, something like that. In those cases, the flyer may be good, especially if it's a grocery outlet. I believe they still have flyers, like they let you know what they've got in stock. Walmart may be the best option for you, something like that. But for me, it's Aldi. Also, Aldi is like basically in walking distance of my house, which is lovely. So I plan my meals. Okay, first, backing up. That was my rewind sound, by the way. So backing up, I make my meal plan based on what I already have in my kitchen. I take the kitchen inventory. These are the methods that work. I take my kitchen inventory. I try to decide meals that use up the things I already have first, and then I add in any additional meals I may need to fill out my 2-week meal plan. And then, yeah, I go to Aldi, I buy the bulk of my ingredients there, the bulk of my needs for all the dinners, snacks, breakfast, everything like that. Buy the bulk of ingredients there. Then I come home, look at what else I need, and I put it into a Walmart pickup order. And I also do like my household items there. And that's just what works for us best, right? Again, your mileage may vary. You may have a different grocery store that works for you, a different set of needs, whatever. I do shop in person at Aldi and then do the Walmart pickup. Again, that just works best for us. If you need to only do Walmart, who also just doesn't do flyers, right? I believe Walmart is like, we don't do sales, we have the best low prices all the time. Except for like Black Friday and stuff. I believe that's the case. Drop me a comment if I'm wrong. But yeah, if all pickup works best for you because you get too tempted in the store and you're adding all these random things to the cart, do all pickup, or if you simply just don't have the time. I got another video coming up about really quick and easy tasks to do to make meal planning so much simpler. And I have a tip about making your pickup ordering process easier and faster in there, so be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for that. Yeah, this is what works for me, is going to Aldi first, in person, picking my own things, and then adding whatever else is needed from Walmart, and then sticking to the recipes I know I can not only make on a budget that are budget friendly, but I know I'm going to stick to. I know how to make them, I know my family enjoys them, etc. That is in this video about how to stick to your meal plans. Those are some of the tips from there. But overall, that's what I do. I do all the other things I know work, and my goal is to make that process as simple and easy for myself, and then I'm sharing all those tips with you as well. What is the one caveat that I mentioned earlier? So I said I still lightly peruse, quickly scan the grocery flyers, right? I do that in an app. The app is called Flip, and I guess because you're like flipping through the flyers. So I will go in there and look at like Kroger, Sprouts, I don't even know, H-E-B, those are the ones close to me. Or I will search for, because this app has the search ability, I will search for like chicken, ground beef, these things that I know I use a lot. Because my caveat is if there is a really good sale on something like that, if it is something I can stock up on and that I use frequently, I will go out of my way to go to a different store to get those things. That is when it is worth it. That is when the juice is worth the squeeze, to call back to what I said at the beginning. So like the other day, I went out of my way to go to Kroger because they had a super duper sale on bone-in chicken thighs. And I have a bunch of different ways to make that. I'm about to set up a crock pot meal to use it. So I went out of my way to stock up on those at Kroger because not only do I have a bunch of recipes I can use that ingredient in, I can freeze it. So I can stock up, making the money I spent and the time I spent going out of my way worth it. If it is something like grapes are on sale for 30 cents cheaper than they are at Aldi, I am not going to Kroger to buy one thing of grapes to save 30 cents. I'm just gonna get them for 30 cents more at Aldi. Chances are they're actually still cheaper at Aldi anyway, but that's a different story. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to save something that's fresh like that that's gonna spoil. Technically you can freeze grapes, but you know what I mean, okay? So yeah, when it is worth it on those things I can stock up on that I know I use frequently, I will go out of my way. So if there's something your kids snack on and devour, like a pantry staple, right? Stock up on those things. Maybe hide them so the kids don't devour them, but stock up on it if it's on sale. But don't spend a ton of time looking through all the sales flyers and trying to make a meal plan based on these things at these 5 different stores. You could, but if you are limited in money and time, that's not the best thing to do. you're not going to save that much to make it worth it. I hope you found this video helpful and that you will be like, yes, I can check that off the list as something I don't have to do. Because, you know, we all need less things to do. You should still meal plan, you should still do your kitchen inventory, you should still make a, I just blanked on, it's like my biggest tip, a go-to dinners list. I'll link my video about that here, and I have another one coming up giving some details about that as I redo my own go-to dinners list. I'm going to take you, I guess it'll be like a blog. I'm going to show you how I'm doing that. So again, subscribe and turn on notifications to see that. But yeah, don't go out of your way thinking you're going to save a ton of money by doing this kind of time-consuming thing. It's not the best way to spend your time and energy when trying to lower your grocery bill. And if you are trying to lower your grocery bill, again, subscribe and then go watch this playlist next.